of Anuga. We are at Minebea Intec stall, and with us we have Mr. Mohan Bhatt, who is the Managing Director from India, and we have Thorsten Schmitz, who is from Germany. He is the Director Sales for X-ray and Vision. So, hi gentlemen, how is India treating you, sir?
Very good.
And how is Anuga treating you?
Anuga has always been a good experience for us, not just now. We've been participating for many years. And every time our experience has been getting better and better. And this year, yesterday was an issue, I would say, because of the rains, and the news was kind of a spoil sport. So people stayed back. But today we expect the crowd to be better and the footfall to get better. And our anticipation from the past, of course, the experience coming from the past has been that the second day, the quality of customers go up. It's not that the first day we don't have good customers, but yesterday, unfortunately, with the rain condition, we had an issue. But I think this year is slightly lower than what it was last year.
So, gentlemen, what are the current opportunities that you find in India's food processing sector? How has the government initiatives that has promoted this sector?
See, I think more than the government initiative, of course, the government has always been pushing for quality and certain standards and things like that. But as you know, the domestic market still the issue is with the price being one of the major things, especially when it comes to the domestic market. But I think the consumers' expectations in terms of quality has also been going up. So the consumers' expectations in India is as good as, I would say, what is expected in the European countries. So the need for quality, need for accuracy over the years has also gone up. And more strict regulations in terms of meeting the standards of the weights and measures is getting more and more relevant these days, and not just from the quality perspective but also from the compliance. This has become a major requirement that the customers invest on the capital goods, especially for the inspection. So I mean, of course, when it comes to the weighing part, of course, the customers were always investing and things like that. But when it came to the inspection, which is dynamic check weighing or metal detection or vision technology, so now it is, I think, since the last 3 years, the requirements or the expectations from the customers are also going up. So it's an opportunity for manufacturers like us to bring in new technology into this market and serve the customer. So.
Can you please briefly tell us what kind of metal detection systems or foreign body detection systems that you possess and offer to customers?
Basically, starting from the simple metal detection, where you can detect both ferrous and non-ferrous. That's the starting point. I think that's the technology which is currently at the lower rung. And from there we have X-rays, like you see the one behind you. So this is the next level of detection that we have for detecting foreign body, meaning that what you can't detect in a metal detection because of the technology barrier, the requirements shift to X-ray, and then goes the next technology, which is still upcoming. I would say it's not something that people have it already, which is going more deeper into the vision side. But currently, this is an accepted technology for applications where a simple metal detector, from the technology threshold, it stops. This one takes over.
So can you give me a little more details about how this solution is different from other solutions that are available in the market?
So X-ray basically, when you talk about foreign body could be in any form, right? It need not be just a piece of metal, which could be a ferrous or a non-ferrous, right? That is taken care by the metal detection anyway. That's why it is called metal detector. The next level could be, you would want to detect a piece of stone or a small chip of glass in the food. That's where a metal detector will not, that's where the technology stops as far as the metal detector is concerned. This has to come into the next level of technology, which is X-ray. In the X-ray machine, I think he's an expert, but X-ray machine, you can detect things like ceramic, stones, glass pieces, anything which is higher in terms of density compared to the product that is being filled. Right? It could be a piece of wood, but if the density of wood is higher than the product that is being filled, you can even detect that, number one, right? You can even go to the level of, say for example, you want to check on a processed food, a charred particle, meaning a burnt particle, that can also be detected, right? You could use the X-ray for going into seeing what is inside, whether you have completeness of filling. Like for example, you have a packet which has to have, say, let's say 6 cookies. Through an X-ray you can see if there is an empty slot, right? Same goes with tablets. You can use it for any application, something like that. Yeah. So not just detecting contaminant, you can also use it for detecting anything missing part. You want to add something on the?
Yeah, and as soon as you got an aluminium foil package, a normal metal detector will reach its end because it's a huge piece of metal. So therefore we are using immediately X-ray systems. And furthermore, we got also the possibility to detect glass in glass. So if you got a glass jar and a small piece of glass inside, we are able to detect also glass in glass. Yeah. And then when it comes to high-speed X-ray checking, for example, for tin cans, for glass jars with marmalade, nowadays we are able to inspect 1,000 products per minute already with the processor already. Yeah.
Your cutting edge technologies today, we are seeing a lot of improvement in AI
Yes.
and robotics and big data. So how you are integrating those systems with your machines?
Yes, that's a good question, and the AI algorithm are a brilliant tool for us to be very fast. For example, if you got a special application where normally you need a software engineer for 6 months, nowadays you can do it in 2 weeks with the help of the AI. So we need only to grab a lot of images, and then we put these images into the AI system, and then there is a model creation of this. And we can transfer this new software immediately to the customer nowadays. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What kind of turnaround? 2 weeks will be the turnaround time for developing the solution?
For example, you got a product with milk powder, and the customer will put a plastic spoon inside the milk powder. Normally, the X-ray machine would detect this plastic spoon as a false reject. Nowadays, you can learn the spoon as a good part in the product, and within a few days, you can add the software to the machine, and it works perfectly. Yeah.
Basically, you're training the machine
Yeah.
as to what is good and what is not allowed. Yeah?
Right.
What are the different types of film quality control systems produced by Minebea?
Fill quality control starts from weighing. You know, we have technologies like you see the one at the back. We have load cells. So when you talk about filling, the batching process of the customer is all controlled through either a flow meter or through precision sensing. So we have sensors there which are installed below a hopper which dispenses the ingredients in the allowed quantity. That's one. And then for the checking part, so that takes care of about dispensing. And after that comes the detection as to whether the right quantity is packed or not, and then for that comes the checkwares. And you see we have launched quite a few of them here, starting from the entry level checkware that you see right at the corner there, and then we have around we have high-speed checkwares that will determine the quantity that is being filled, because also from the regulation point of view, you have we come under the, most of our customers come under the Packaging Commodity Act, as you know, and one of the most important thing there is to have the traceability of what is being packed in what batch at what time. So for that, these are the technologies that are used to identify whether you have the right fill or you have either a low or a high fill. So then you segregate them. So that's where that's the space where we operate.
So how does Minebea help its customers in the food industry with the software solutions? One example you have already given. In any other that you want to mention?
So one big advantage that you will find from Minebea Intec is that we are a company which does not only sell products, standard products. What we do is we offer solutions around the product. So we understand the customer's application, and based on the application we see how our product can fit into the customer's application, and using our product what can be controlled. So there is a team of people who work on software solutions, or it could be an automation. It's not just software, we need some controls and things like that. Those are the solutions that we offer along with our product. So what you get from our company is not just a standard product, but a solution around the product that we have.
And any plans to expand further in India?
India is becoming quite an important market for the group, because as you know, India is the only one of the only countries, I would say, where there is development happening, and the quality of people that you get in India is relatively higher, and the perception about India in the global market has also changed dramatically over the years. And because the background of people as such, as a culture, that we are much more flexible and things like that, and where flexibility together with the technical knowledge, it's a real bomb, and this is something that we would want to really capitalize on. So one of the most important things is that a lot of our development topics are also for the group moving in the direction of India. When I say moving, I'm not saying completely shift. The contribution of the Indian organization into the global scenario is going up dramatically, and the Indian production side is also kind of getting important, because from here we cater to markets outside of India. So we cater to the Asian market from here. We go all the way up to Latin America from India, so meaning Middle East and Africa, Asia and the Latin American market. So this is catered in the past from Germany. So that's now moving slowly into the Indian setup, and India is truly, our organization in India is part of the global production network. So certain markets will be catered out of India, so the rest will be handled from Germany. So from that point of view, India is becoming more and more important for us.
How do you make your machine sustainable?
I would say quality, right? And there is a saying that it used to start with our waste cell. Some people in our sales always used to say globally that you sell. Unfortunately, we don't get to sell spares after that, right? So we have cases where our load cells are working for 25, 30 years. So if you go to a customer to sell spares, that's where the margin is. Generally, most companies, as you know, has reasonably a decent margin in spare. Unfortunately for us, we don't get to sell too much of them because quality is something that we really focus on, and irrespective of where you buy, whether you buy a product in Germany or in India, one thing which is underlined is that it has to meet the standards that the global sets. As I said, what we produce here, we don't know tomorrow this product can land up anywhere in the world. So the requirement that the products that is produced in India to meet those levels are quite strict inside our company, and that obviously in a way helps us also. So our progress with our business over the years has also been relatively good, and the testimony for that is basically when you do repeated projects with the same customer over the many years, it's actually a certificate for us to say, okay, the products are doing good.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.